Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Train Main. My cummies and gummies and dummies and blummies. Pooh! I told you I'd be back. It's been about probably 10 days, 2 weeks tops, since the last layout update. These are train dogs. That's Sir Topham Hatt, and that's Thomas the Tank. So let's jump right in. Last week you saw the Benchwork. That was about 90% complete. In the past 2 weeks, like I said, 10 days, whatever, been putting in, an hour or two every night, every other night. Made some significant progress. You had seen Benchwork with no foam or fascia and a prototype mainline. Here's that prototype mainline and cars on said prototype mainline that I was running. I bought my 4x8 sheet of 2-inch foam, which you had seen. It was laying right there. Got it all cut up into proper sections, and it is laid out now. The bench work is 100% complete, barring any future expansion, which would come off here and or here. I think I might do one here once this is more complete. Same exact 18-inch wide, 3-foot long module, which would be a branch line, dead end with an industry, complete branch line. So like I said, bench work is complete. Foam is down, not secured. What I've done is left little 3.5 by 3.5 triangle sections under each section over here. Got another matching one here. It's where I'm going to be running all my wiring for my switches. So everything on this half will run down to here, starting at the crossover, and then run into the control booth here. And then same thing over here. Everything this side will run into over here. And then I'm actually going to build a drawer that will pull out under here. That'll have my DCC controller, all my switch turnouts, and all that good stuff. So it's looking a lot more significant as far as progress was made. So what I did was took my 2-inch foam, cut it into sections. Like I said, these are 18 inches wide and 36 inches long. And these are 3 feet wide by 3 feet wide, except this little section here. So they're not all pushed together yet. Cut is a little bit rough. And I fit them up to my fascia. This entire layout itself, from corner to corner, is 12 feet. So what I did was I took 3 4-foot sections, so 4 feet here attaches this corner up to about halfway through here, and then halfway through here through halfway through here, and then 4 feet from this halfway to the other corner. So 3 4-foot sections equals 12 feet. They are all 12 inches tall. So I have 2 inches coming off the rear just above these holes that I've drilled. So 2 inches. And then you have a 10-inch rise of the fascia with the 2-inch foam. So this right here, these fascias are 8 inches tall off the foam base. They are secured. They also helped hold all 4 sections together. If you could see down here, I put my spacer plates in there, and then also put 2 center screws in. So these layouts these modules are not coming apart. I did that on all 4 sections. Well, it's 3 gaps, 1, 2, 3, but 4 sections. So in conjunction, the spacer plates, and then I did that on purpose so it would combine them also. 1 piece combining these 2, the middle piece combining the middle sections, and then the 3rd piece combining over there. So it's well secured together. And then, like I said, I cut my foam. It's not 100%. It's not glued down yet. It's not 100% lined up yet. I'm going to install my side fascias next and then glue down the foam. I wanted to get the rear fascia in first to butt it all up against it to give it that, so I can work forward on it. And it came out pretty nice. So what I'm going to do, probably fascia over here, like I said, and over there. And I'll probably just down slope them to maybe about where the wainscot is, maybe a little smaller. I have not decided. I might just keep it straight in tandem with the rear fascia. I'm just not sure how it's going to look I'm gonna have mountains coming out over here, so it'll still be high, and then if it goes to ground level again with no mountains in the background up here, I just don't want it to look strange with the rise behind it, but I don't think that'll be that big of a deal per se, so we shall see. So I already have the wood for these side fascias. I just have to 100% battle plan if I want to just paint them, install them, and then I suppose I could always put the mounds up to it and shave it down at an angle after. I would just rather not. I would rather do it ahead of time, so I still have to develop the full idea. Same thing over here. So yeah, so bench work is complete. Foam is cut. Rear fascia is installed. If you take a big solid look from here, full perspective, it's looking very, very nice. I'm very pleased with how it came out. Obviously, you could go watch my other 20 whatever videos from day one to the last day of my first layout, and starting from scratch with all the knowledge I've learned over time and trial and error has really, you know, I don't even toot my own horn, whatever you want to call it. I'm just very happy with my skill level, how it's increased, and how it's, you know, starting forth on my next layout, which you see. So once I get the side fascias installed, I will go ahead and glue the foam down. At that point, once the foam has been glued and secured, I will saw it all to be perfectly triangulated or squared off, whatever you want to call it, in these two sections and these two sections. I figured it'd be easier to cut it once it's secured than trying to match it perfectly. And then at that point, side fascia will be in, foam will be flush, and then I'll put in my front fascia, which will also, you know, I'll probably do the same thing. You know, get a flex board and try and connect them similar to how I did with the 3 pieces. Instead of 4 pieces, you know, like I said, it flows better. 1 less piece to tackle and it holds it together. So yeah, like I said, very, very happy. One challenge I've been trying to overcome is eventually if I move, that won't be for a while, but I would like to come apart in 4 pieces. So we have section 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are gaps in between. I cut the foam. Like I said, it's not all lined up perfectly right now because it's just laid down. It's not glued, so bear with me. And my edges aren't perfectly straight, but bear with me. I would like to be able to just remove the fascia in the back if I were to move, disassemble the connector plates, and then at that point, literally just cut 3 sections, pull the 4 pieces apart, so when I go to move, I could just put them back together. And then all I have to do is do the scenic, you know, within an inch or 2 on either side of this, just reconnect it all. It'll be a little bit of work, but the structural integrity of the layout will still be intact. So I believe what I'm going to do is use a couple layers of duct tape or some sort of drop cloth of sorts, and just do a very thin, smooth layer of you know, putty or drywall compound to keep these together. And it'll be easy to do scenery on top of that without any flaws, because obviously it'll be pushed more together, and you know, so just basically just seam it and flatten it out and build on top of it. Then, like I said, you know, take away the fascia, take apart the connector plates, and then once that's ready to be pulled apart, just, you know, 1 nice cut. The fascia won't be there, of course. 1 nice cut, 2 nice cuts, 3 nice cuts, and then put it all back together. So, like I said, just some sort of, I was even thinking a couple pieces of nice flat duct tape, and then just smooth right over it with a little bit of my joint compound over there. And I mean, there's a 1/4 inch at the most of gap that will be covered, and you know, there's nothing really that's going to sink through this. I'm also glad that I got the high grade foam insulation versus just, you know, the foamy bally foam. Did not make much of a mess at all. Is much easier to cut and much easier to shape and contour. It was a little more pricey, but with the 2-inch and the sturdiness, I mean, this is not glued down. Nothing's going anywhere, so that's it for now, I suppose. We're at about 10 minutes. I always run longer than I want to, but so things are going swell. I will check back in about another week, 10 days, 2 weeks at the most. Hopefully have my side fascias installed and the foam glued down. And you know, as soon as I get that, I can start getting these main lines ready for you know, the accoutrement. Start delivering shunt loads. So the train main, as always, if you have any tips or tricks, Tony Hawk style, please leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends, and you know, keep it rolling. So I hope you like the new layout. I'm very happy with how it's coming, and let's you know, give me your opinions. Give me your thoughts. You see what I don't. I do things differently than you, so let's congregate. Especially, I'm connecting these, you know, like I said, just a flat surface and then smoothing it out. That's my idea for now, but if you have something better, I will consider it. So, the train main, my plumbers and glummers and dogs. Thank you. Peace. I love you all.